I am Luke Clawson, historian with historic ships at the Independent Seaport Museum in Philadelphia, on the weather deck of Cruiser OLYMPIA. One of the things that you have to do whenever you're on a ship like Cruiser OLYMPIA is constant careful maintenance of the guns. You want them to always be ready to work at a moment's notice. You don't want there to be any broken parts, dirty guns. You don't want something to not work whenever you have to go into action. So part of Olympia being ready at all times is the constant careful maintenance of all the ordnance, all the guns aboard a ship. You have a group of people whose responsibility it is to always keep these guns in working order. At the top is the gunnery officer of the ship. Working directly for him is a warrant gunner, a warrant officer who directs gunners' gangs, which are the gunners' mates of the ship. So you have chief petty officers, chief gunners, and then gunners' mates that work under him. They further use other enlisted men on the ship who are trained specifically to take these guns apart, put them back together again, do all the regular maintenance. So part of weekly maintenance of a gun like this is a HotchKiss 6-pound rapid-fire gun. You take the breech block completely apart, take everything apart, clean it, grease it, check the parts to make sure that nothing needs to be replaced, nothing is worn out, put it all back together again, test it, and make sure that it works. During combat, the gunner's mates are always standing by with spare parts, with tools. That way if something breaks, something goes out of action, they can jump right in, fix it, and get this gun going again, because the thing you do not want whenever you're in combat is a gun like this to not work. And the same thing with all the guns on the ship. So with the gunner's mates and the warrant gunner, their responsibility is everything from the ship's big guns, the secondary battery, which is this, to the small arms, pistols, rifles, machine guns, everything. That's their responsibility. They're even in charge of magazines, so the ammunition, which is way down inside the ship, they're in charge of making sure the magazines are in good shape, the ammunition is in good shape, the powder, everything. So they have a big job to do. And that's part of the constant, again, careful maintenance, the readiness of a ship like Olympia. So the clothes that I'm wearing are part of the work uniform for the U.S. Navy during Olympia's time period. In 1905, the U.S. Navy authorized wearing these denim dungarees that men in the Navy had worn similar clothing before that point, but the Navy authorized it as an official work uniform. So the hat I'm wearing is for a warrant officer. Even officers were authorized to wear these uniforms. So the idea is that you wear this, you can get it dirty, get grease all over it, and you're not messing up one of your nice uniforms. So enlisted men, officers, everybody would get a set of dungarees if you're working in the engine room, for coaling the ship, working with the guns, anything dirty and messy, that's the kind of uniform that you would wear. And so that's the things that you have to keep aware of when you're on a ship like this. How do you maintain it? How do you keep everything in operation? That was something that all the officers and enlisted men were responsible for, and it's part of the larger picture of standing guard, keeping watch, keeping a ship like this ready to go into combat at all times.